This is beat your home, nigga. Yeah. Go on, get on that ass real quick one time. 144, baby.
Run that shit up, Trey.
They said you get on, you gon' represent. I said, of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, me whole guard. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You either low or this low, so that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that. I swear I'm too hardcore. Wait up, let me make a call right quick. I'ma start another war. I was hurting when she left, but I don't care about it anymore. I need a Vaselina like my Nina Puffer Ford. Took a sock, watch the dark. Matter of fact, like a dart. Any problem, let them come. We gon' snatch they soul like Shang Tsung. Put them out of service, keep them tools like Miss Hopper free. Try to hold me, it's way too late. I'm headed straight to the safe. Throw that one up like a trophy. I'm that nigga, ain't no debate. Throw them boys, we taking over. Call them up like set the date. This shit a piece of cake. Yeah, my bitches came from Whole Foods. Told them put on that top 3. Then bring me my house shoes. Don't make excuses, make moves. These niggas ungrateful, gotta show them UPK rules. I make hits like I can't lose. They said you get on, you gon' represent. I said of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, me whole guard. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You either low or this low, so that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that. I swear I'm too hardcore. Yeah, I just got off the call. I'ma start another war. Spit a plate up with my niggas. Get your knife and your fork. They ain't locked in with the count. And what you speaking to me for? Yeah, I just took the floor. Ain't no cowards in my campaign. They can't stop the campaign. Tell them bring the champagne. They know I'm a champion. They can see the outcome. Get them niggas bad. Got them tied down and out there. Can't do with them steppers. Niggas been down since day one. We run up the bands, bitch, like Dylan. They say you get on, you gon' represent. I said, of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. Yeah, about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, we whole guard. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You either low or this low, so that bitch is either or. I told you niggas, you ain't cut like that. I swear I'm too hardcore. And I just made the call. We gon' start another war. Yeah.
I got you. Let it ride real quick. Look.
City eyes. It's time to Bogart. My God, a real nigga. Cause he wasn't no flaw. Posted on the corner like a watchdog. Family secure, got that shot in the closet by the mob ball. Fuck what they heard, tell them it's all true. Be cautious, that foundation voltage and fall through. They gon' fall. Look, I keep this shit fitted, time soon. Ain't no more heart in this game, I'm John Q. Colder than the avalanche, way above average. A fish taste sweet, told him make me an apple crisp. Left us in the valley full of bones, this where hope failed. Java, come on, man. Dark sands get broke down. Riding through Evanston with Mark Quad. Telling me how them crackers turn his childhood to a ghost town. Poke a sock, nigga, I lay that game down. I feel his pain, cause nothing is the same now. Let my light shine like heaven through a rain cloud. Glock have a fit like my child, no tangent. Try to warn them niggas, we bear arms like tarantulas. Them other niggas rap, I make anthems. I really seen profits under this banner. Made my enemies bow down on camera. Told my design I wanted black and white like a panda. I'm better than that nigga that sunk dirty Diana. Look, I move like a Brazilian, precious cargo. Spirit ancient, but I got a new semi-auto. Wave that bitch around like where's Wardo. Sleep if they won't, I cut through they Z's like I'm Zorro. Hate me for his name, so I gotta keep that steel clutch. Trust me, I'm not what you think. I squeeze till it click like Dorothy when the heels touch. The world got me dumb, I don't feel much. Ride around with Yara down, just left the state bridge. Looking for a bitch better than Baby's kid. Remember I dropped Quiet Storm, I've been gone ever since. Still in the field, fuck them niggas on the fence, yeah.
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing.
Pando killed the beat.
I don't know who, somebody need to hear this. Y'all don't speak Hebrew, that's Yiddish. How the fuck you try to label us anti-Semitic? We the Israelites, blacks, native Hispanics. The Germans getting locked up for the Holocaust. Meanwhile, black people still up in the Holocaust. 100 million of us died in the transatlantic. 6 million died, y'all want the world to never forget it. You can never be a Jew, you a Ashkenaz. This ain't a star dum-dum, a gun that would die. Yeah, Yeezy told the truth and got ostracized. Not one person in the Bible had on a yarmulke. We were slaves in America like we was in Egypt. Y'all don't even fit the curses in the Torah neither. Y'all was blind to the truth, I had to make it clear. How Jerusalem, your land, your people came from Europe. That was 1947, your menorah got 9 sticks, it's really only 7. Yeah, it's us against the world, Armageddon. This what happened when you inherit lies from your ancestors. Y'all the synagogue of Satan with them black hats. Your whole nation sitting ducks, Aflacs. Bunch of thieves and culture vultures, ain't nothing kosher. To tell the truth, you vagabonds don't have a culture. Macedonia, Alexander and Philip, you a convert, so tell me, how the fuck is you Israel? That don't make you the people just cause you live there. Why my people can't hate your people like y'all hate Hitler? All the prophets was black and was called nigga. Y'all don't even fit the description that's in the scriptures. Abraham, all the way down to Jacob, we the real Jews. Y'all don't study Christ, y'all follow the Talmud. Keep it real, yeah, let's keep it real. Cold hard truth, it give you chills. Say y'all Jewish cause y'all ain't really them. About to do them like Hammond, it's the Feast of Purim. UPK undefeated, this an easy win. We was born fighting, y'all the evil twin. Jacob took hold of his heel, then out came his little red bass and they kosher deals. It's only 12 tribes, y'all trying to make it 13. Esau despised his birthright, the Lord cursed him. He ain't the devil, who is? I'm still searching. Ask your rabbi, why he get them babies herpes? I don't know what's worse, that or you claiming that you a Maccabee. I'm about to cancel, everybody try to cancel ye. I ain't afraid to speak, that's what I do. They riding to the core, I'm just judging them by their fruit. Cause they ain't suffering curses. If I was carnal, I promise I'd punch you in person. I know this an uncomfortable subject. They making millions off our culture and black people suffering from it. Yeah, they don't believe in Christ, they the Antichrist. Make a living off of niggas, they a parasite. I ain't afraid to tell the truth, niggas terrified. I'm about to go DEFCON 4, I ain't satisfied.
That is proof. That is absolute proof that they know we are the real Jews. That's absolute proof. Like, he got the records. Go find me a white Jew on any archaeology in Egypt anywhere. You will never find a piece of archaeology with white people as slaves in Egypt. So don't tell me that they were slaves and it's their identity, and they know it. The Lord knows the blasphemy of you so-called white people that say you are Jews and you are not Jews. You are not the people of the law. You are not God's chosen people. God's chosen people are living in the ghettos of America. God's chosen people are in poverty and depression in the streets of America. God's chosen people are walking around in America with no identity. That's where God's chosen people are.
Hey, Shalom, Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Baraka Thumb, Yahweh Shamar Thumb Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai. Preaching officer Mawanga Bar, Ashford, Kentucky. What we do, we come to teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians who they are according to the Bible, that they are the 12 tribes of Israel. Feel me? According to the Bible, the chosen people of God. The so-called white man, the Jewish man, is not the chosen people of God. They don't know nothing about this Bible. They don't deal with it. You feel me? They deal with the Talmud. They don't even deal with the whole Old Testament like they say. You feel me? But what we're going to talk about tonight is we're going to talk about something that's going on in Israel. We try to stay up to date with the content, and it's a brotherhood class. And tonight we're going to talk about making your election sure. And voting season is over. Voting season is over, but we see from what happened with Deon Sanders choosing Colorado over Jackson State, we see a lot of brothers and sisters haven't really made their election sure. You feel me? They don't really know what's going on and who they should ride with and who they should deal with. And we've been trying to tell y'all that it's the ISUPK under Commander Junior Hunter. It's not Deon Sanders. It's not Kyrie Irving. It's not the brother that made the book Hebrews to Negroes. It's not none of this stuff you see out here in the media. All these people that want to go viral and trying to make money. Let me tell y'all, it's a group of people out here that's not trying to make money off black people, but trying to give y'all the kingdom of heaven, and that's the ISUPK. You feel me? We is trying to give y'all the kingdom of heaven, which is rightfully yours, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, but you don't want it. You want Deon Sanders. You want Kyrie Irving. You feel me? You want to believe them and follow them instead of following the truth, the home of the truth, which is the ISUPK. So that's why Deon Sanders choosing to leave Jackson State to go to Colorado, it destroyed a lot of people's hopes and dreams. I think a lot of people was crushed like when they found out Santa Claus was fake. I'm going to just keep it real. I think when that happened, I wasn't even shocked. To be honest with you, I'm going to keep it real with you. I didn't even care. I was like, okay, cool. So, get some scholarships to some niggas and let them, either go to the NFL, make them some money, or become a biochemist for free because they know how to play football. I thought that's what it was about. No, it's not. It's about choosing, man, look, they trying to make anybody into be Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ is, okay, that's what the world know him as, Jesus Christ. He's a black man's name, Yahweh Shai Mashiach in the Hebrew. But you're trying to turn everybody that's rich into your savior. When Christ came for the poor, he said the meek shall inherit the kingdom. That's what Christ said. The meek, the humble, the poor is going to inherit the kingdom. The rulers of the planet is going to be poor people that you see today. They children is going to rule the planet. You feel me? That's who's going to rule the planet. Not Deon Sanders and them. Not Kyrie Irving and his sons. They not going to rule the planet, man. Come on, stop it. They not going to be the government that rules the planet. Because black people, we all going to rule, but there's going to be a specific group of black people that's going to be the governing, of the whole earth. Feel me? But yeah, if I could, let's get to into these articles real quick. I just want to bring that out to just let everybody know where we going with this. And that's because Deon Sanders leaving Jackson State. Who gives a fuck that he left Jackson State? Y'all wasn't tripping about the other coach that left. I could have sworn there was thousands of coaches that left. Or what about all the NFL players that? Okay, most Christ. What about all the NFL players that chose to go to a FBS school instead of going to HBCU? Why we don't say forget them? They sellouts. Why we don't call the NFL is almost 80% black. The NBA is 99% black. The MLB is 99 whatever percent black and Hispanic. Why don't we charge them that choose to go to FBS schools over HBCU schools? But Deon Sanders, this one man, decided to leave a HBCU to go to a bigger college with more money, more opportunities and stuff like that for himself, we look at him like he's a sellout. When you probably the sellout, because you would have done the same shit. You sitting there looking at him like he the devil, you would have done the same goddamn thing, man. Get the hell out of here. So yeah, let's go to the one about the whitest historically black college in America. I'm just saying because, and I'm not saying he right because he chose Colorado over Jackson State. But what I'm saying is, why the hell is we putting all our energy into that shit? Like, so goddamn what? That shit happens every day. Every day, a black man chooses a white woman over a black woman. Why don't we be on their ass? Why don't we be on them that do that? We don't say nothing about that. Because you wish it was you. That's why. Because you wish it was you that had that white woman. So you ain't condemning the black person you see with a white girl walking down the mall. It's all the same thing. That's why I say you got to make your election sure. That's what this class is about tonight. Make your election sure, man. What side is you really on, man? Do you even know? I don't even think you really know what side you're on. Yeah, we can go ahead whenever you got it.
The whitest historically black college in America. It opened in the late 19th century as the Bluefield Colored Institute, created to educate the children of black coal miners in segregated West Virginia.
Right. So that's what most black universities were started for, because the racism was so heavy that they didn't even want black people in their universities. Everybody's seen the picture of Jerry Jones, them, the owner of the Cowboys, and nobody boycotting the Cowboys. Why they ain't boycott? See what I'm saying? And we gonna get into the scriptures. Man, I love this shit. Because I got it in the scriptures ready. I wish we should pull it now, but we gonna wait like we always do. Real talk. But no, for real though, ain't nobody condemning Jerry Jones, but they own Deon Sanders. You feel me? They own Deon because y'all y'all love y'all white slave masters so much. This is Stockholm syndrome, man. We'd rather attack each other, but not the so-called devil that the Bible speaks of, which is the white race. Come on, man.
Although it still receives the federal funding that comes with its designation as a historically black institution.
Right. So in 2022, the government federal funding that HBCUs get, this place is still getting it, but it's not even an HBCU no more. It's not. I mean, it's labeled that.
Historically black institution. Today, Bluefield State College is 90% white.
Cut the stream. That's the end of tonight's class. No, I'm just playing. That's not the end of tonight's class. But we could have ended it right there. Y'all mad because he left Jackson State to go pursue a career? Because that's all Deon Sanders is about. It's about his career. His name is Primetime. He was a dancer. He rapping in halftime. He made albums and stuff. Man, what the hell? You thought he was supposed to lead you out of the South Side Rise again? What you thought he was gonna lead black people out of, man? Come on, man. He's not a man. Look, he's a football player, and he's a hell of a coach. That don't mean he's the savior for black people, man. You didn't even know that HBCUs have been turning into white universities. You ain't even know it. You ain't even looking at that. Do you not know it's white players on Jackson State, white coaches, white teachers? The HBCUs ain't even HBCUs no more. Go ahead. I know you got it. I know you do.
Maybe we should bring it out of attention that it was white people that started HBCU.
Come on, man. Give it up for the brothers, man. That's so heavy, man. How can you forget that? What it say when we just brought it out? It say it was started, if I may, where we at? You ain't got to read that part. I don't want you to lose where you at. What it say? It opened in late 1900, during some real racist times that black people love to forget. Bluefield Color Institute created to educate the children of black coal miners in segregated West Virginia. So they opened HBCUs because white people did not want you in their institutions. They didn't want you eating their pies, sitting on their toilets. You forgot about that? You goddamn idiots, man. Look, man. Go ahead.
And it's amazing. They've always been federally funded.
Right.
All of them.
Federally funded. And I'm telling you, the white man is so strategic because now he done took over the HBCUs and getting federal funded for being an HBCU. When niggas don't even go to college, you go to jail. You ain't even going to college, you're going to prison. You sitting there crying about an HBCU, but you can't even stay out of jail. ISUPK and the Commander Johanna is trying to keep blacks and Hispanics out of prison. We don't give a damn if you, college is a bonus. You going to college and getting a degree is a bonus because statistics say that if you black or Hispanic, you're going to jail or you dying before you're 25. You're going to jail or you're dying before you're 25, and that's what we focusing on. You focusing on the HBCU when, nigga, you ain't even know that the white people that took it over. They just took it, and we're reading about just one of them right now. Go ahead.
The road that separates those realities is as rocky as any story of racial transition in post-World War II America. We went to the campus of Bluefield State to see what campus life was like at this unusual college.
Yeah, unusual. You know why it's unusual? Because it's an HBCU that's 90% white. That's why it's unusual. And they had to go see what the hell is going on.
The very first student we met, Antonio Bolden, or Tony as he introduced himself, looked like any other student you might see at a historically black college or university. Laid back, 19-year-old, stocky, shoulder-length dreadlocks.
Oh, Salaki, hold on, wait, let me share this. I'm tripping, my bad. Let me share this article. I'm tripping. But they probably think we BSing. And since I just shared it, let's go back and just read that part where it said today's Bluefield is 90% white. I'm gonna highlight it, then we can go back what we said. Cause they part that we bullshit.
Today, Bluefield State College is 90% white.
Most High in Christ. What? Let's get back to Tony. Look at it. Tony Tone, call on Tyrone. I'm just joking. It's a lot.
Laid back, 19-year-old, stocky, shoulder-length, dreadlocks, green eyes. But at Bluefield State, Tony is an outlier for several reasons. He's a teenager. The average age of his classmates is 27.
27. Now, if I ain't the smartest person in the world, but I thought a senior in college is what, 22, 23? They say the average of his classmates is 27, but what they say is 90% white. But they tell you white people are smarter than black people. But we got, go ahead.
He started college right after high school.
As you supposed to, last time I checked. If you want to go. You don't have to go, but if you want to go.
Many of his classmates are working full-time jobs, raising
children of both. These white folks he's talking about. They told you that the white people were smart and they're geniuses and this and that and that and this, but statistics just said at a 90% white HBCU, which HBCU is supposed to be 90% black, but it's 90% white. It say his average classmates is 27 and they working full-time jobs and have children.
And of course he's black, whereas the student body is only historically so.
Only he black, but the student body is historically, not now, but historically. Yeah, go ahead.
That's a lot. I mean, I've met some all white step shows. It's just terrible.
Oh, come on, man. Man, look, I know that's the most lamest, boring HBCU you will ever attend, man. Come on, this is insane, man. They end up doing that damn look at the Irish dance. I forgot that Irish dance they used to be doing. It's lovely.
Tony came to Bluefield State to play baseball, hoping to win the starting spot on third base. But he was surprised by what he found when he got to campus. My first thought was, not a lot of white people.
Right. He went to HBCU. Look, and here go a picture of him too, right here. Tony Tone. So like, man, they ain't letting me go to it. Oh, there you go. Tony Tone right there. He went to this HBCU, what it was called, Bloomfield University. Now he went this Tony Tone right here. You know, we give a nigga a nickname. This Tony Tone, my brother, you feel me? He went to this HBCU and he, wanted to play baseball, be around his brothers and sisters, and get an education. And when he went there, what did he say?
A lot of white people.
There are a lot of white people, man. Education. Oh, so like, I said there are a lot of white people. Tony Tone went there with his dreadlocks. Now dreadlocks is unlawful, but we'll get into that another time. This ain't about dreadlocks tonight. We're talking about making your election sure. And Tony tried to make his election sure. He wanted to go where the black people was at. Come to find out, he say, what?
And where's all the black people?
Where's all the black people? They finessed him because he got a skill.
Where the black people went?
Where they went? Where they at, man? Come on, stop it. This is HBCU. Was supposed to be 99% black. They let white people in. It's supposed to be 99% black. The top HBCU right now is Spelman University. Is an all-girls black college. But who knows what's been going on with Spelman? And that's what we're talking about right now with Bloomfield. Might be a lot of devils in Spelman.
The story of Bloomfield State's racial transformation is wrapped up in many of the big political and economic upheavals of the late 20th century.
Mm-hmm.
Although you might not guess it from the serene setting, the college was tucked into the side of the hill. And folks at the school joke about having to climb up and down campus.
Dang.
A lot of the folks we spoke to apologized for the campus's humble surroundings, which seems odd to us. It was gorgeous. When we arrived, the trees in the mountains that ring the city were just starting to change. From the stairs of Conley Hall, the building at the top of the hill, you can survey the entire campus, train tracks cutting across the valley below. This part of West Virginia was coal country, and still is. Mm-hmm. Trains still haul coal along those tracks, hugging the college's southern edge. Many of the black folks migrated to West Virginia to work that coal, sent their children to Bluefield Colored Institute. By the 1920s, the school was a football power among black colleges and a stepping stone for much of the region's black middle class. 1954, just a few years after Blue State earned full accreditation, the Supreme Court declared segregation illegal and Brown versus Board of Education, reshaping the landscape of American schooling.
Mm-hmm. So, because Brown, I know y'all probably don't know what Brown versus Board of Education is, but it was a black woman. You hear me? Well, she's a woman now, but she was a child at the time. She was trying to enter into white school, and they didn't want to let her do it. Was it something like that? Am I off a little bit? You hear me? But yeah, Brown versus Board of Education. That's something they taught us about so long ago. I barely remember. That's what I'm saying. But I know it was something about it was a woman, a little girl, and her family. They was trying to go to a better school or something like that because she was smarter. And then they had to fight to do it. That's what I'm saying. All this fighting to try to be a part of their society, man, it ain't gonna do nothing but destroy us, man. Like real talk. Like y'all mad at Deon for what he doing when y'all fought for this. How you mad at Deon when y'all fought for this? Your granny and them fought for this Brown versus Board of Education. What do you think that is? They fought to get a little black girl into a better school. So now y'all mad at Deon for doing that. Because he's legally now, it's illegal for segregation, is illegal. So Deon can now go coach at a better, more financially stable school. And y'all mad at him for it.
So like I said, if I may,
y'all fought for it. That's all I'm saying. Y'all fought for this.
If I may, what you're bringing out is so heavy is that blacks and Hispanics fought for integration, but never fought for HBCUs. HBCUs came out of the Reconstruction era, and like you said, whites didn't want us to go to school with them.
Right.
So they created something separate for us to go to. We didn't fight for that.
Right.
But we fought to be integrated, and now we're complaining about Deon.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm saying. Make your election sure. That's all this is about. It's about any brother or sister that have any doubt in their head that they love black people. You have absolutely no doubt. I love black people. I love Mexicans. I love the Guatemalans. I love the Puerto Ricans. But you got to understand that your ancestors, because we wasn't there, you feel me? We wasn't there yet, you feel me? But our grannies and grandfathers fought, you feel me, for us to go to these white schools. And now you're mad because Deon can go to a white school, man. Like, what are you talking about, man? Like, what are you doing? This is what y'all fought for. Martin Luther King, all that stuff, man. All that stuff is what y'all fought for. So now y'all mad because of the choices that a man made. And he's not our savior. You feel me? He's a goddamn football coach, man. Watch the damn game. Like, at the end of the day, only thing I will say about Deion Sanders is he won't black players. He's not going to try to scout white players. That's the only thing I will say. And it ain't because Deon is, like he loves black people like that. That ain't why. It's the same reason why Nick Saban from Alabama goes get the black players. You feel me? The dude from Clemson that was winning all the championships, go get the black players. Texas. It's Deion Sanders is doing the same thing the white man is doing. He's going to go get the best players. They just happen to be black. Because they God's chosen people. You feel me? It's that simple. You feel me?
Suddenly, black students have more educational options to choose from, in theory anyway. And black colleges and universities like Bluefield State began having to compete with better funded, predominantly white schools for top black students.
Top black students. That's what we talking about. Black students, we the salt of the earth. We the flavor, man. We give the earth flavor. Without blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians, this country would be like Yugoslavia. It wouldn't be a college football playoffs that Deion Sanders is trying to get into. It wouldn't be an NBA or NFL. It wouldn't be none of that. Think about the Russian basketball league, the Chinese basketball league. That is the same thing will be happening over here in America if it wasn't for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. They have the children of God in slavery, man. And Deion Sanders is doing what the white man did. He's going to go get the children of the slaves to put on his team so they can win. He got it from Nick Saban, the dude from Alabama that win a championship every year. That's who he got it from. He got it from Ohio State and Michigan, who win championships every year, man. He's just doing what they do. How the hell we supposed to be mad at him because he's doing his damn job? Shit, do your damn job.
At the same time, new technology was making mining jobs obsolete, and many black folks started leaving the state, headed north to work in factories. White veterans started coming back to West Virginia after fighting in Korea.
And if I may, that we could drop it right there because that was heavy. The white people came back after the Korean War and all that, and black people left because of racism, and the white people took over the university, and that's what's gonna keep happening. Because guess what? HBCUs is not ours either. HBCUs is not our universities, man. They was created by white people. So you mad because Deon left and went to go to Colorado? Who gives a damn? Who gives a damn? The white people created HBCUs too. You think a black person created that? You a goddamn idiot. They named after white people. Most of the HBCUs is named after white people. Hell out of that. So yeah, if I could, let's go into that last article.
Colorado AD admits we don't have the money yet for Deon Sanders contract.
Mm-hmm.
Colorado Athletic Director Rick George may have hit a proverbial home run over this weekend as he hired Deon Sanders as the school's next football coach.
Right. He did. He did hit a home run because a lot of the black players, they can how do you feel? What's a good word to use? They just Deon Sanders from the hood. You feel me? He a nigga from the hood that got rich off playing football. So these young brothers coming up, they can feel him. When he talk to them, they feel like they talking to their uncle or their granddaddy or something like that. So they want to go play for him. Feel me? They want to go play for him. So he can get a lot of good players to come play on his team. With a lot of other coaches, it can't. I remember the Derrick Rose. He from where I'm from, south side of Chicago. And Derrick Rose said that he went to go play for Kentucky because out of all the people that gave him scholarships, only one coach came to his house. You feel me? Now, mind you, he was a devil. The coach of Kentucky right now. I can't think of his name, but the coach of Kentucky University, he drove to the south side of Chicago and put up in front of Derrick Rose's house. And all he did was talk to Derrick Rose about how poor he was as an Italian growing up in America. And Derrick Rose had some type of bond with that poorness that he went through, and he felt like, yeah, I'm going to go play for you. And Deon Sanders, people don't understand that these players coming up now, they can go to any school they want to go to. But if you can connect with them somehow, they will come play for you off of just that. They don't even care what the school is, what it's called, where the location is at. Just because they know it's a D1 school and I got a connection with the coach. And Deon Sanders was worth that money to this Colorado University. You go ahead.
But it came with a total cost the school couldn't quite pay yet if it had to.
Mm-hmm.
Sanders' deal with Colorado is for 5 years, $29.9 million.
Right, so that's $30 million a year for 5 years. That's a little under $6 million a year. And a lot of people don't understand John Calipari, Most Iron Christ. Hey man, I said y'all be on point. John Calipari, yeah, that's his name. He went to Chicago, Southside, drove all the way up there, met with Derrick Rose and his mama now, and got Derrick Rose to go play for him in Memphis. Now he played, he's the coach of Kentucky now. But yeah, anyway, with Deon Sanders, you feel me, and this $29 million, they know that with the players that's already ready to transfer to Colorado, Deon Sanders, the hype behind his name, he already brought his son with him. His son is one of the top quarterbacks in the country. He chose to go to Jackson State because his father was going to be the coach. He could have went to any college in the country. But now he's the quarterback, so they already knowing that they're going to make $30 million the first year. That $29.5 million that they owe him for 5 years, they're going to make that the first year. That's why they say we don't have it now. They bragging about it. They know they don't have it. And Deon know they don't have it. But Deon also know the type of money he's bringing to that university. They know the money he's bringing. They know in that first year, if they go to one bowl game, let's say they only win 6 games, because it only takes 6 games to go to a bowl game. You win 6 games, they go to a bowl game, they making $50 million that year off football. They can easily hand him the $30 million up front. They don't even got to split it up by year. They can just give him the 30, off this 1 year. You feel me? So that's not even a big deal. I know people went crazy when they seen that. Like, oh my God, see, he got played. No, he did not get played. That's why first of all, you don't sign nothing and you don't get nothing. I could sign a contract right now. If they say they owe me $10 million, even if they don't got it, they got to give me $10 million. Even if it's in payback or whatever, garnishments, whatever. And Deon know that, and they know that. They know that in the first year they're gonna make $50 million, and they'll be able to pay Deon. It's not even a big deal.
Which is an average of $5.9 million per year for Brian Howell of Buckzone. Sanders will make $5.5 million in year one and will earn $200,000 in raises each year after the
right. They giving him raises, and they don't even have that money yet. And they already talking about giving him raises because they know how this football stuff go, man. You start winning, you start making money, and that's why football coaches get paid more than NFL. The players in the NFL get paid more than the coaches. In college, the coaches get paid all the money because the players don't get paid, period, anyway.
The pay for Sanders far exceeds that of former coach Carl Durrell, who was paid $3.6 million this season.
Right, that was another black coach they had, but he trash. He fumbled the bag.
The $3.6 million that Durrell earned was previously the most Colorado had ever paid a head coach. NFL Fan of the Year presented by Captain Morgan. So how exactly will George?
I was like Captain Morgan. I'm like, what? It's like rum nigga. Like
George in Colorado paid for the new contract for Sanders, which is the richest deal in the history of the football program.
Right.
We don't have the money yet, but I know we'll have it soon. Yeah. I'm not worried about that.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. These rich white folks, all the boosters, the alumni, they will come up with that money for Deon. And they know as long as Deon wins 6 games in that first year, they going to a bowl game. And that bowl game, they gonna make, man. But I've been watching college football since I was a baby. And I always loved college football more than I did the NFL. And that's because of the same reason why it's more money in college football than NFL. You hear me?
George said when asked about Sanders' contract on Sunday. Well, George wasn't ready to make public the method through which the school will pay Sanders. It does sound like there's some funding lined up for the new school, like the new coach that will be finalized soon. Sanders went 27-5 in his 3 seasons at Jackson State.
Right, in 3 seasons, the last 2 seasons, I don't think he lost a game. Well, I think he might have lost 2 the last season, but I think they won the conference tournament. This year they went undefeated. They went 14-0, and they saying that if he can bring that intensity, that same leadership to Colorado, which is an FBS school with better recruits, better everything that Jackson State got. They basically saying we can pay you that $30 million in the first year. We'll give you $30 million up front if you could just win us 6 games to get us to a bowl game. We can give you that $30 million right then and there. And then the next 4 years after that, we don't got to pay you nothing. We don't owe you anything. It's just free money for us after that.
3 seasons at Jackson State at the FBS level, which was his first collegiate coaching position. The Tigers will play in the Celebration Bowl against North Carolina Central on December 17th.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we could drop that right there. That's the end of that. And it's basically just that was just talking about how much black people is worth. You feel me? You don't understand how much we worth to this place. They gave him $30 million that they don't even got. A black man. When have you ever heard about them giving a white dude $30 million they don't have? You feel me? You never heard about it. A white coach getting $30 million, and they said, man, we don't even got it. But this man is worth it. So we gonna just figure it out later. You never heard that before. White man, look, white people know who the salt of the earth is, and it's us. You feel me? We starting to outclass them at coaching and everything they said we wasn't built for. Everything that they said a black person wasn't built for, we starting to outclass them in. Even sports. What they did a ESPN documentary called "The Year of the Black Quarterback," because they said black people can't lead. They strong and fast, but they can't lead. Whole time now, every quarterback in the NFL is black, and they did a documentary called "The Year of the Black Quarterback." because they knew like, man, if you wanna win a Super Bowl, get you a black quarterback. Unless you want to cheat. Unless you're gonna cheat, better get you a black quarterback. So yeah, we could drop that. Let's get into the scriptures. Let's go to 2 Peter 1 and 9.
2 Peter 1. Come. So the book of 2 Peter chapter 1 verse 9. But he that lacketh these things is blind.
Oh, wait, so lock. Oh yeah, you go ahead.
Come. So the book of 2 Peter chapter 1 verse 9. But he that lacketh these things is blind, and cannot see far off, and hath forgotten that he was purged from his old sin.
And did what?
Hath forgot he was purged from his old sin.
Right. So the topic of tonight's class is make your election sure. Deon Sanders is in the world. You better remember that you have been purged of your old sins. Your old sins, the Most High in Christ have forgot about it. But he that lack of these things is blind and cannot see far off. You feel me? You are blind if you forgot about the old shit you done. All the evilness you done, and you sitting there mad about a nigga in the world picking a job. You telling a nigga he can't do a job? Nigga, you in the goddamn world still. And you forgot the sins that was purged of you. You forgot all the nasty, disgusting shit you done. Because you mad about a nigga in the world that don't know God. He believe in white Jesus. He don't know nothing about the truth. You sitting there mad about the nigga, that's because you forgot about your shit you done. That's the problem. You forgot about the sins you done. You better pick a side. Go ahead.
Verse 10. Wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure.
Do what?
Make your calling and election sure.
Make your calling and election sure. You call yourself being woke. You call yourself being in the truth. Whatever you want to call it. I don't know, man. People call it all type of stuff nowadays, man. But you call yourself being woke. You better make your calling and election sure, man. You better pick a side. Because the Lord ain't forget your sins. You sitting there crying about a nigga picking a damn job because he got rose up in the company. That's all it was. You mad because he went from Jackson State to Colorado, man? Get the hell out of that, man. And I ain't defending the brother as like he's righteous. But what I'm saying is, why the fuck is you putting all your energy into it? Why do you care so much? You better make your election sure.
For if ye do these things, ye shall never fall.
You will never fall. You will never fall if you make your election sure. But if you still in the world, it's going to show. Because you're going to be sitting there mad over stuff that you shouldn't be mad about. Deon Sanders leaving Jackson State. Then we just read the article about the HBCU that's 90% white. Why you ain't talking about that? Oh, Jackson State ain't 90% white. But most of them are. You just ain't doing the research. It's one in Kentucky right here that is. It's one right here where we live in Louisville, Kentucky. It's HBCU, and it's mostly white people go there. That's why you don't even know it's HBCU. But because of Jackson State, we got to just focus on them. Nah, we got to focus on our people as a whole. Like, so yeah, you could drop that. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon 11 and 24.
The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 11. So like 24.
Yep, 24 and 25.
Come. Verse 24. For thou lovest all the things that are, and abhorrest nothing which thou hast made.
Wait. You say what?
For thou lovest all the things that are.
Y'all love us all the things that are. Now this is the wisdom of Solomon. Who do you think Solomon talking to? Solomon say he black and comely, black and beautiful. You feel me? He's talking to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. He said, for thou lovest all things that are. Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians love everything. Go ahead.
And abhorrest nothing what thou hast made.
And you don't hate nothing which thou hast made. You feel me? You don't hate nothing. You don't abuse nothing which thou hast made.
For never wouldst thou have made anything if thou hast hated it.
Right. Never would thou have made anything if thou have hated it, man. Never. I just wouldn't have made nothing. You feel me? That's what Solomon is saying. He said, man, the Lord wouldn't have made nothing if thou have hated it. And of course, the hated it is talking about the good things. Because the stuff you loving is the stuff you're not supposed to. And the stuff you hating is the stuff you're not supposed to hate. You feel me? You hating stuff that you're not supposed to, and you loving stuff that you're not supposed to. You don't even know what to do. So who are you to tell us anything? You don't know what to love or what to hate. You don't know what to love or what to hate. But the ISUPK or the Commander Johanna knows what you're supposed to love and what you're supposed to hate, but you don't. That's why Deon Sanders is pissing you off right now. He's pissing you the fuck off.
Verse 25. And how can anything have endured?
How can anything have endured? How can anything have last?
If it had not been thy will.
If it not have been thy will. Do you know about, okay, well, let's just talk about something real quick. What it was the black, I'm just trying to see which was first. Nation of Islam. Go ahead, read that.
If it had not been thy will, or been preserved, if not called by thee.
The Black Panthers.
Or been preserved, if not called by thee.
Marcus Garvey.
If not called by thee.
The Black Supremacist Christian Church group.
If not called by thee.
The Christians.
If not called by thee.
Let me tell you something. If it's not of the Lord, it's not going to be preserved, man. Everything is going to fail. All the stuff you believe in is going to fail. You feel me? But one thing that will not fail is the ISUPK or the Commander Johanna. Deon Sanders is going to fail you. Again. When you find out he cheating on his wife. Kyrie Irving is going to fail when you find out he messing with the white girl. When he's supposed to be so black power. You feel me? These celebrities you believe in is going to fail you. You feel me? Because it's not thy will. It's not the Lord's will. You feel me? To be preserved, man. They were not called by the Lord, man. Everything is going to fail. All this stuff you believe in on TV, on TikTok, all this stuff is going to fail. Because it's not of the Lord. It's not the Lord's will. The only thing that is the Lord's will is the ISUPK under Commander Johanna. You can drop that. Let's go to John 15 and 6.
Come. The book of John, chapter 15, verse 6. If a man abide not in me, he is cast forth as a branch.
So like my bad, 15 and 16.
Verse 16. Ye have not chosen me.
Right, and that's not talking about Kanye West when they say ye. I just want to let y'all know that. That's why he changed his name to Ye, because he's trying to get biblical. He already said the Jews is not white, they black. But ye have not chosen me. This is Christ talking, man.
But I have chosen you.
Christ chose you. You feel me? If you somebody that's close to the truth, that means he's chosen you. You feel me? If he led you to the ISUPK or close, that means he's chosen you. But you're going to have to make a decision. You're going to have to make your election sure. Otherwise, you're going to go back into the world like many other brothers did that found out about the ISUPK and was like, nah, I ain't going to be able to do that. That's too much of a burden for me. You're going to have to make your election sure, man.
And ordain you that ye should go and bring forth fruit.
Right. And that's how you're going to know if the Lord and Christ chose you. If you actually get up in these ranks. This is ISUPK bread and butter scripture. This is talking about the ISUPK. This is not talking about nothing else. You feel me? This is not talking about no fake Israelite group, the Black Panthers, no Christian church. This is talking about the ISUPK under Commander General Honda, man. He say, and ordained you that ye should go and bring forth fruit. That's talking about more brothers and sisters. The only way you could go bring forth more brothers and sisters is if you're teaching the truth. Go ahead.
And that your fruit shall remain.
Right, and that's the only way it's going to remain if you're teaching the truth. If you're not teaching the truth, they're going to leave. Like all the fake Israelite groups, leave. How you think we got the non-disclosure agreement, the NDA, from the IUIC? How you think we got that? Because they left and told us what? That they was not the truth. They got us doing this. They got us doing that. Nobody from the ISUPK ever left and said we wasn't the home of the truth. They left because they were some lustful bastards. They never left and said, yeah, you know, ISUPK, they tell us that we should mop the floor with our tongue. That we should go to sleep with our eyes open. You will never hear that. If you left the ISUPK, that's because you were a lustful bastard. These other people that lead the Christian church, the Muslim mosques, the fake Israelite groups, they have a real story to tell. A real story. Because that's not the real fruit, man. And that was not ordained about Christ. You go ahead.
That whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it to you.
Yeah, I'm saying Christ. That's definitely true. You ask for whatsoever. You feel me? In Christ's name. You ask the Father, which is the Most High, he'll give to you. And I ain't talking about asking for $1 million. That's talking about stuff to help build this truth further. Man. So you can drop that. Let's go to Numbers 30:2.
Come, the book of Numbers, chapter 30, verse 2. If a man vow a vow unto the Lord, or swear an oath to bind his soul with a bond.
Right. Okay. Now, what y'all gotta understand is another reason why y'all so mad at Deon Sanders is because y'all feel like he took an oath. Like he didn't take an oath, man. This is what an oath is, man. Him saying that he's trying to get black players to go to HBCU was a marketing tool. You hear me? That's all it was. That was not an oath. Y'all really believed him? Y'all believed Deon Sanders when he said that yeah, all black players should go to HBCUs. Man, this nigga is in the world. He's in the fucking world, man. When he said that, it was a marketing tool to get black people to come play for him. You think he really wanted black players to go play for his rivals? That's what you think? You think he wanted black players to go play for Alabama State, who the coach that pushed him and told him he not swag? That's what you thought? You thought he was trying to get black players all over the country to go play for HBCU when we just read an article about most HBCUs is predominantly white now. No. He was trying to get all the black players to come play for him so he can beat Alabama, beat Michigan, beat Ohio State if he couldn't get a job. You feel me? He didn't know he was going to be able to get a job at Colorado or at any other big school in the big league, in the D1 league. So at the time, he felt like Jackson State was all he had. So he took to all social media and said everybody should come play for HBCU. Well, really, he was just talking about his school. Come play for him at Jackson State so he can move up, you feel me, and beat the better schools and get more money, or leave Jackson State for more money. He was never swag, like the brother said. You're not swag. You go ahead.
He shall not break his word. He should do according to all that proceedeth out of his mouth.
Right, and what that is an oath you take to the Lord. Do you think Deon Sanders told the Lord that he wants to stay with Jackson State? Please send me all the best players. I'm going to stay here and turn Jackson State into the best college football team in history. That's not what he said. He told the Lord to send him more money. Lord, send me somewhere where I can make more money. I don't care if it's Jackson State or fucking Mars. Well, he got the aliens playing running back. He don't give a damn. He didn't never care about black people, man. Deon Sanders never cared about black people. That was not his goal. He's a black man, so he's going to use the race card. That's all. He never took an oath to God. Otherwise, he'd be a dead man walking, man. He took an oath to the college universities, man. That's what he took, to make as much money for them as possible. That's the oath he took. So you can drop that. Let's go to 1 Peter 2 and 15.
Compound. The book of 1 Peter, chapter 2. First Peter chapter 2, verse 15. For so is the will of God, that with well-doing ye may put to silence the ignorance of foolish men.
Right. Put the ignorance of foolish men. A bunch of foolish people around here thinking Deon Sanders was going to save black people. You hear me? But so is the will of God, that with well-doing you may put to silence the ignorance of foolish men. And that's what we're trying to do, man. Just put to silence the ignorance of foolish men. You really thought Deon Sanders was going to save black people? We try to tell you that he never was, and if you was in his position, you wouldn't either. You would have did the same shit. You probably did something worse. All he did was just leave and go up a level. You probably would have did something worse, man. You go ahead.
Verse 16. As free and not using your liberty for a cloak of maliciousness.
Right, as free. We free. In the ISUPK, we are free men. We say what we want to say. We do what we want to do, man. We're not using our liberty as a cloak of evilness, man. You feel me? As hiding evil. That's what it means, using your liberty as a cloak of maliciousness. That's like you hiding the evil. Using your liberty to hide evil. That's what Deon Sanders was doing. He was using his liberty to hide the evil intentions he really had. He never really wanted nobody to join HBCUs. He wanted them to come play for him so he can beat the bigger schools and make Jackson State bigger based off what he done. Not because he loved Jackson State. He's not even from Mississippi. He didn't give a damn about no damn Jackson State. He was trying to make his career better so he can go coach Florida or Ohio State or one of these bigger colleges. He can go be their coach. That's all he wanted. What he doing right now is what he wanted. He never cared about an HBCU, man. He had a cloak of maliciousness on, man. He used his liberty for a cloak of maliciousness. He was hiding the evilness that he really was trying to do. But we all knew it. But the thing about it is, getting black people out the hood is the best he could do. Getting black players, we know black people is the best at everything. So getting black people out of the hood into college because they could play football is the best he could do, I say Most High in Christ. But you looking at him like he was supposed to be the next prophet? Are you a fucking idiot? No. He was using his liberty for a cloak of maliciousness, man. That's something we will never do. Because we free. Deon is not free. That's why he signed a contract knowing they don't even have the money. We brought that out in an article. He know. People thinking that he don't know. Like people was laughing about it like he don't know that. He signed the damn contract. He know they don't have the money, but he also know if he wins 6 games, they gonna have the money for the rest of the 5 years. And if he wins 12 games, shit, that's more money on top of that. It's a lot.
Verse 18.
Oh, so like that's it of that. I just wanted to talk about that liberty. You feel me? Using your liberty for a cloak of evil. Because that's what he did. But long as we don't do it, because we serve as a God. He served white Jesus, man. That's who he served. Like don't try to follow no nigga that served white Jesus. So let's go to Matthew 10 and 16.
Come. The book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of the wolves.
Right, that's Christ talking. And he's talking to the priest that he rose up to go get people out of the world. But he's telling you that, look, man, I'm raising y'all up to go do this work when I'm gone. But y'all sheep, and the people y'all going to go get is wolves. They are wolves, man. Because guess what? We have turned into the white man. You feel me? We turned into everything the so-called white man do, we do it. We took on his spirit. So we like wolves, man. You feel me? You can't just come up to a black person and say hey man, the white man a devil. They like, no he ain't. No he not. Shit, he gave me a job. He fixed my car. He ain't even charged me this or that. Look, I'm telling you, man, we is in the midst of wolves, man. Our people have turned into wolves. You feel me? Christ sent the prophets out to go get their people. So these is the wolves he's talking about. He ain't talking about the heathens. We know they beasts of the field. He's talking about the people that y'all going to go wake up are wolves, man. So guess what? That's what Deion Sanders had to do, knowing that his people is wolves. He had to go do what Trump did. He had to go play the race card. And that's the only way he could have got black people to go to HBCU. Black people would have never wanted to go play football at HBCU if Ohio State calling you, Michigan, USC, UCLA, LSU, Florida, Clemson. If they calling you for scholarships at the HBCU calling you, they would have never did that. So guess what Deion Sanders had to do? He had to play the race card, man. Because we wolves, man. We can't see that, guess what? We all should have went to HBCUs. Why is any blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians is at any university that's not an HBCU? Because we are wolves, man. And we don't even love each other. We don't love our own people, man. So Deion Sanders had to play the race card. He had to play the race card and say, yeah, black this, black that, black this, black, black, knowing damn well he didn't give a fuck. But he know black people are wolves and they would have never come play for HBCU unless he played the race card. And that's what Trump did, and it worked for him. Go ahead.
Be therefore wise as serpents.
Right, be wise as a serpent. Who is the serpent? The devil the Bible speaks of. The so-called white man is the serpent. And Deion Sanders had to be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. Otherwise, he would have never got black people to even come to the HBCU that y'all crying about. He left. Y'all crying he left. Y'all don't know what it probably took for him to get the couple players he did get, man. One of the best players was his son. Like, damn, the quarterback, the best player on the team is his son. That was like luck. You hear me? That's luck. Like, damn, you get the quarterback, the best player is your son. Lucky. You lucky. Because you probably would have never got the top quarterback to come play for no damn HBCU. Because we wolves, man. And we want to be like the white man so bad that we would never go to an HBCU to play football when I got Alabama calling me or Ohio State. Man, stop it, man. He did what he had to do, man. And now y'all mad at him because he left when y'all would have did the same thing. So yeah, you could drop that. And let's go to John 15 and 13. Man, what you better do is make your election sure. Better make your election sure on what side you on.
The book of John, chapter 15, verse 13. Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friend.
Oh, what's 15, 13. What's the wrong one? Be good.
Book of John, chapter 15, verse 13. For greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friend.
Right. Greater than love have no man than this, that he laid down his life for his friends. Prime time? Deion Sanders? Y'all thought Deion Sanders was going to lay down his life for black people? Come on, man. What are you doing? Where are you living at? Only people going to do that is the ISUPK under Commander Hunter. Deion Sanders, y'all thought he was going to turn down $30 million for you? And your hopes and dreams that all black people would all go back to HBCUs because of him? HBCUs been around since the 1900s. Why the hell it took Deion Sanders to make you even care about HBCU? It took a football coach to make you give a damn. You wouldn't lay down your life for your damn friends. The hell out of here. It took a damn football coach here. Yeah, hey, HBCU this, HBCU that. Man, get the fuck out of here. Come on, man. It took a damn football coach for you to remember it was a HBCU. You better make your election sure. That's what you better do. You better go look in the mirror and see what side you on. Since you think Deion Sanders, he gave up. So I'm mad. I'm mad Deion gave up. You thought prime time was going to give up $30 million so you can be happy at work. So you can go to work and tell the white man, like, yeah, HBCUs is coming back. HBCUs, we're going to do it. Like, no. Christ is going to do it. A black man, the world calls Jesus Christ, is going to do it. And that's why he said, greater love have no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. You thought Deion Sanders was going to give up his life. His life is football. He got rich off playing football. That's his whole life. His kid's legacy. You feel me? That's his kid's legacy. It's going to be football. And you thought he was going to get that up because people was happy he went, man, look. He went to Jackson State because that's who wanted him. Nobody else wanted him. Nobody else believed he was even a good coach because he coached high school. He started off coaching high school. His son made it to that high school. So they accepted him as the head coach because his son was a nice player. So he started coaching his son high school. His son graduated high school, was one of the top players in the country. So he said, whoever accepts my son has to let me be on the staff. Nobody let him be on the staff. Nobody. Jackson State said, fuck the staff. We'll make you the head coach if your son come here. He boom, son, we're going to Jackson State. People don't even know that. People think he just love HBCUs. Yeah. No, he don't love HBCUs. That was the only person that would let him on the staff was Jackson State because they just went 1-11, 2-9. The last couple years they've been trash. So they said, yeah, your son is one of the top quarterbacks in the country. If we let him come here, we will make you the head coach if you let him come. And that's why he went to Jackson State. Not because of he loved HBCUs. He would have went to wherever the hell accepted his son and let him be the coach at the same time. Oh man, stop it. You sitting there looking at him like he the savior. Hell out of here. See, you can drop that. Let's go to Proverbs 22:1.
Come. The book of Proverbs, chapter 22, verse 1. A good name is rather to be chosen than great riches.
Right. A good name is rather to be chosen. Reputation. A good reputation is rather to be chosen than great riches, man. Prime time, this is not the life he lived, man. This is a life in the UPK. This is a life of a brother that loved Christ, man. The Christ said it is harder for a camel to go in the eye of a needle than a rich man to go in the kingdom of heaven, man. A good reputation is rather than great riches. It's better you serve the Lord, man. You do what the Lord say to do. You do right by your people, man. And you're gonna receive riches greater than Deon Sanders is receiving right now.
And love and favor rather than silver and gold.
And love and favor, having a good reputation, man. You feel me? Favor from the people, you feel me? Than silver and gold. You doing right by the people. Right by your people is better than silver and gold, man. Deon Sanders, he don't live by that code. He don't know nothing about that type of code, man. At all.
Verse 2.
No, that's end on that. That's all about having a good reputation. Deon Sanders knows nothing about that at all. So yeah, last scripture, let's go to 1 Corinthians 4:9.
Come. The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 9. For I think that God has set forth us, the apostles, last.
Mm-hmm. And this Paul said, he said, for I think God has sent for the apostles last. He said, because you got to understand, Paul was a very smart man. And for all the stuff they went through, all the stuff he seen, all the stuff he read about, for the apostles to be out teaching, God had to do this on purpose. Just like the ISUPK. You had the Black Panther, you had the Nation of Islam, you had the black preachers, the supremacist preachers first. The masculine black preachers, Malcolm X and them daddy and them like that. Then you had Marcus Garvey and them. Then you had the Nation of Islam. Then you had the Black Panthers. You feel me? Then you had the gangs. You had the gangs trying to organize, the Crips and the Bloods, the Vice Lords and the Gangster Disciples. Then you have a bunch of activists now. Politicians, black politicians, and then now you got the ISUPK. We like the last ones left. It's just us now. And we dealing with all the madness of all them other organizations cause. All the stuff they cause, we dealing with that. You know, we counseling, we waking brothers up, waking sisters up, you feel me? Because of all the madness they cause. And now we fix it. And Paul said, man, for I think that God sent us out last.
As it were appointed to death.
Right, as it were appointed to death. You feel me? Because a lot of this stuff had to just go away, man. You feel me? A lot of this stuff that they went through, the Black Panthers, the gangs, all of the stuff that was supposed to lead black people out of poverty, all that stuff had to die, man. All that stuff had to lead people to death. To show us, you feel me? To show us, like, look, man, this ain't right. You feel me? Look what happened to them. Look what happened to Malcolm X, Martin Luther King. Look what happened to Huey Newton, Fred Hampton. Look what happened to Larry Hoover, Jeff Ford, David Barksdale, Tookie Williams. Look what happened to all of them. I think the Lord sent us out last to show all that stuff they did. That stuff wasn't going to work.
But we have made a spectacle unto the world.
Right, a spectacle. Hold on, wait, let's get that definition. There's a lot of people that's going to go over their head. All right, say spectacle, something exhibited to view as unusual, notable, or entertaining. That's exactly what we is in ISUPK, man. You feel me? We unusual, notable, and entertaining. We went viral thousands of times. Go look it up on YouTube. For we are made a spectacle unto the world, and angels, and to men, and the angels seeing the stuff going on. Like, get it on. And the men seeing it, like, damn, who is these niggas, man? Because we are made a spectacle in the world because the Lord sent us out last. Spectacle, unusual, notable, or entertaining. And Paul said that. Paul said we are sent out last, for we are made a spectacle into the world, and the angels, and the men. You feel me? Unusual, notable, and entertaining. We done went viral more times than a little bit. You feel me? But that's the end of tonight's class. You feel me? Courtesy salute. Y'all Bashir, have Shah Thumb, y'all Shamar Thumb, Bashir Shah. We got the Feast of Dedication coming up Saturday, December 17th. Tune in on all platforms. And I'm going to end this with a video. Shalom, Lord Christ, Israel.
My name is Jackie, and a little thing that I love about the Chick-fil-A peppermint chip milkshake is the whipped cream.
First and foremost, we didn't play well, but that's not an insult to them. They played their butts off. They challenged us up and down the field offensively, defensively.
What happened with the post-game matchup? Well, I guess me being up front is just like, I thought it was a lot of disrespect the whole week. And so you're not going to be disrespectful the whole week in the media. We didn't talk in the pregame. I was out there the whole time at the 50-yard line. He walked through our whole our whole huddle on our end zone and came a long way around to get to his side of the field in the pregame. Thought that wasn't classy at all. And so in the postgame, I'm not about to give you the Obama bro hug. You know, I'm going to shake your hand and I'm going to go on. I'm going to always be respectful and respect the game. You know, you got the great guys, W.C. Gordons, Eddie G. Robinsons, those guys, Marino Chasm. I'm living on the shoulders of the SWAC. He ain't SWAC. You know, I'm SWAC. He ain't SWAC. So he's in the conference and doing a great job. Can't knock that. Got a great team. Son should be up for the Heisman Trophy winner. I love Shador. Great player. I love what he's doing for the conference. Probably one of the best things we had since that Steve McNair when he was in there. Love all of that, but you're not going to come here and disrespect me and my team and my school and then want to bro hug me. Shake my hand and get the hell on. Period. You got the W. Great job. I hope he comes back next year. I pray he don't get a Power 5 job so we can play them next year in Jackson, and I pray they put us for their damn home.
Coach, would you describe it, were you just trying to pull away from his handshake there?
Yeah, I was just pulling away. I mean, we handshaked and that was it. I mean, it ain't no need for no embrace. You know, we ain't friends. He ain't never called me. I ain't never called him. Great player. Everybody wanted to goddamn be prime time as a little kid. All right, great player, all of that. Played against him, got tons of respect for the guy. Doing a great job as a coach, but you can't do all that stuff all week and then you come back, put your backup quarterback, and you want to run a hitch and go to try to put more points on the board. Shit's disrespectful. Game was out of line. It was 26-12. 40 seconds left. We had no timeouts. Take a damn knee. You want to try to run a hitch and go. So we started blitzing. We're going to knock him out the game too. So that's how we got to play it. I mean, it ain't no quarters given. So you want to do that, don't come with me and try to bro hug me like we friends. We ain't friends. You didn't shake my hand before the game. Why you shaking my hand after the game? Period. That's it.
One of the comments that kind of disturbed me out of all the comments, that I'm not swag. Who is? I got time today. Who is swag? If I ain't swag, who is swag?